stuff from various chamber players. This will be on another one though.
And Devi bringing the Odin into the round to find awesome value with it. PaperX's trading and discipline is a lot better than last we saw them. If you haven't been following APAC, if you only tune in for the big global events, you will still see the same glimpses of Forsaken and Jing running in, taking duels, the creative, aggressive, hyper-confident plays. But what you need to appreciate now is that Mindfreak, Devi, and Benkai have gotten so much tighter at supporting them. The trades, the discipline, the macro game is all there. Are we going to see an aggressive play out of Guild this round? They have Safe and Trex playing up towards mid, almost looking to pick a fight.
The adaptation, it seems, now that they're on the buy, Safe does.
No, nice to pick. Oh shit, Benkai.
But luckily,
Lucky.
the killer's there. Benkai falling. It's going to throw a wrench into the plans of PaperX, but it looks like they might not want to slow down. All the players grouping up towards B main. That's going to be the C's tagging to the player. Fragment PaperX still want to be committing this utility now. You can see them starting to swarm into the site, but they were not ready.
What an outplay!
Trex over the top as well.
No!
Come on,
2v3. Winnable.
2v3. Jing locked away in market. Do they know about this slight off angle off the elevation?
Nice one, Jing. Let's go. Flashes,
Flashes,
please. Oh my god.
4 seconds left, but Safe. Beautiful work with the operator.
Yeah, doing his job perfectly there. Not allowing himself to get caught out on sight. Repositions and punishes Jing. Mindfreak has been a clutch monster though.
The 1-2 tap, you've got to be kidding!
Mindfreak, let's go.
This team is
PaperX
so insane
broken.
in the clutch. Mindfreak almost winning a 1v3. He's 10-4 right now, whilst just cleaning up. The janitor is in session.
The crosshair placement here as well, it's just immaculate.
It's so good.
We'll see it at the end of this, but it's as well, I mean, avoiding the position of being played as well, just in case they pop flash through, which they did to get space. So he avoids the flash, and he's holding wide for the swing.
And just hard reading that second player is going to come live. PaperX, by the numbers, are the most clutch team we have in the tournament, and I think you're seeing it. A lot of that actually usually comes from Forsaken, but the rest of the team is also bonkers good.
It's quite a task as well. Safe so far this tournament has been putting up some of the highest percentages of clutches. Forsaken still willing to take this fight though. Of course favoured. Vandal in his back pocket. Devi, there's the Odin. Oh, you're just seeing all of it come together, the layers on top.
He's just putting down suppressing fire for the rest of FPX as they go in.
That the rest of the team they can't get to. Don't worry, Devi's going to be there.
And look at this aggression already, never allowing Guild to set up for a reasonable retake.
Let's go, Jing.
This is so outlandish.
Let's go, PaperX. Easy win. GG easy.
Guild, so far in this tournament, have been playing the best Valorant they've ever put together. As a 5-man, as individuals, as anything. And yet they're getting tossed around in this game.
Yeah.
Like a ragdoll.
And the desk was talking about it. The numbers that Guild have been putting up, these guys. Trex
Let's not win
top 5 in terms
9-3,
of
please.
Numerous other categories as well. They've been ranking incredibly high. But it's just, I mean, PaperX making a mockery of the numbers. Throwing them out the window, shredding them up.
Their star players, Leo and Trex, haven't even been able to take the same kind of duels that they have been winning all tournament. Here's a chamber battle.
Oh, Forsaken, come on.
Recall smoke.
Oh, so
Nice
close.
idea.
About avoids it, yeah. Rendezvous to get to safety, just backing away, and it's a slower start to the attack round. Mindfreak, you can see, just wants to claim a bit of the space up. It's just peeking for the information, but he's
Oh my
opened
god,
himself
Forsaken,
up.
let's go.
Forsaken capitalizing.
Yeah. Getting antsy. And Russ goes down first.
Come over. So close, Forsaken.
Excellent reply from Safe and a
Unlucky.
fake into A with the Cosmic Divide. And it forces Leo's ultimate out. There's nobody there.
Showstopper as well on top. I mean,
Oh,
this should
Rosal.
really sell it. 3 players still locked around, but Guild, they've got to recognise at this point though, no players have worked their way in still. The Cosmic Divide, it cut off a lot of the sound cues. It's going to be down to Safe. Alone onto the site.
Can we please? Oh no, my freak, come on.
Board's got to get destroyed though, and now his position.
Nice, Devi.
And just spammed. From afar, the Odin's still in play. Devi takes care
Jing,
of
come
him
on.
easily enough.
Jing,
And
come on.
Satchel play, they'll kill the fast on the approach. Trex and Leo, dynamic duo, and finally
Oh my
they're
god,
finding
so
their
close.
footing.
It takes them a while. Round 10 before
Oh my
Guild have a
god,
response.
Jing,
But
come
it is
on.
that duo of Leo and Trex. Fast on the retake, finding their form, punishing Jing. And also Safe doing a great job early in the round to have that instant reply to take things back down to a 4v4. And also the quick scope on the player that was pushing him at market. It's a great round from Safe. This kill in particular, reacting to Mindfreak pushing the smoke, could have got very dangerous.
It's so hard as well. He's under an immense amount of pressure with a horde coming over the top as well. All the utility to try and clear him out his angles. Yeah, he dies at the end, but the fact that he even gets the one there is quite astounding.
He's been the only player actually able to do too much when these hits have been coming through. I think part of the reason is that he has the ability to reposition so well, just by virtue of the agent he's playing. Can Guild recover the half? 4 would be the bare minimum to have any sort of comeback.
Smoke popped off here. Safe is in a deeper angle. Look at that. Trademark was actually placed deep into mid there by Forsaken to try and clear out of the smoke. That was inside of it. It's got to be respected as well. As soon as the null command is popped off, that's the Vi's side. Russ also going to be answering with one of his own. So suppression across the board. No ability is really going to be used by either side. What is
And
this
here's the
read?
lurk. Here's the lurk. They've managed to get into the B site because the chamber trademark was turned off from Safe.
And Russ, what perfect, impeccable timing for him to take that fight into mid. 2 kills going to be claimed. He's helped out his team, but are they ready once more? Forsaken. He's taken all that space in the chaos of the situation, but now he needs to lock down market. The spam is there. It's all up to Benkai.
The glass
All over
Jin,
the place, of course. The
Benkai.
spike was dropped down and that space is controlled. Regain, Cold Mentor and Leo now playing together, making sure they don't give Benkai any openings.
He's going to get his horn back in a couple of seconds. But Leon Coldamenta should be good for this one. Playing together, they now know the positioning.
Very difficult task for Benkai.
Oh, nice recon. You saw him?
Both players will know that they're around the
Oh,
side
so
with the
close.
Prowler to guide him. Not enough. Leo easily managed that threat.
Fantastic round by both teams there, though. Paper X using their KO ultimate, not for a sight hit necessarily, but to go on a 4-1 split. 4 players pushing towards A4.
Paper X, please lose
As
this
Safe
round.
got
Let's not
suppressed,
get
his
9-3
trademark
curse.
stops being active over a B, and Forsaken takes that area of the map for them to rotate back to B. It's a bit of a
Please lose
it's a
this round,
two-pronged
please,
attack.
Paper X.
Either they get through Catwalk or they can return back to B. But I really appreciate the way that Coldamenta and Leo dealt with it, reading the play, rotating back, and Russ did well in mid.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
Flash over the top, which looks like an aggressive play from Guild.
what a
Try and
flash.
at least use a decent amount of utility to see
Damn
if
it.
they can get anything, and Safe was posted up into that wine angle. Sidesteps, dodges the C's, but the horn in his face has to break that. Positioning is known.
Here's Forsaken again on the lurk. Take a look at the minimap. He's just taken the B
Oh,
site
shit.
for them, and this
Rotating,
becomes a fake. What was an A site hit becomes a fake off the back of
Last
the
time for
lurk
Josh,
play.
he overextended.
Oh no,
last
for the
time,
gun!
now he's going to be
Oh.
facing just the firing
You shouldn't
squad.
pick.
These ideas are so good, but they just can't help but push. This is the double-edged sword you get with Forsaken and Jing sometimes. Where he's just done everything he needs to in the round by securing the B site. Just
Come on,
needs
come
the
on.
play to contain and stop Guild coming back in, and instead delivers himself up on a silver platter. And now Guild get to
The
reset their
hell?
defensive
Fit
positions.
playing base.
It should be a much more difficult round for Paper X to win.
Yeah, they've expended so
Use a
much
knife, that way.
kill already, just to try
Use
and
a
get them
freaking
to the other
knife.
side, actually, so not a lot to work off, including losing those 2 players. And look at this. Just a juggle peek
30
slightly,
seconds left.
spotting the player. That's going to be the nade to try and deny that lane positioning. And
They just
there's some
walked
ham
in.
as well. They have just contacted past Mindfreak.
Let's go, Mindfreak.
He's got
Nice
the
one.
angle. Russ will fall. Don't let this get dangerous now, Guild. Got an advantage here.
Watch
Back
behind,
of the
watch
site.
behind, please.
Fort is going to have to get destroyed, but they have to hold
Plant,
this
plant,
down. With
plant.
only
No,
13
don't
seconds remaining. The spike, it can be denied.
Oh
right through
my
the box. Trex knows where to
god,
spam
so
it out.
close. How good.
8-4 is going to be the half.
It's a great recovery from Guild. The fact that they were down 7-1, 8-4 looks much more respectable with
Mindfreak
those
down,
final
wait for
3 rounds.
second.
But that's
Benkai.
on defense side of Ascent. The side that they've picked.
For a
the
second,
map-
you have to pop
or rather,
off,
the map that
man.
they picked on their favored side. That's a pretty brutal beginning to this series.
Yeah, and the question is, how do they continue this on the other side of things? Alice, is going to break down the initial half, though, and we'll return to the action momentarily.
Thank you very much, Bren and Sideshow. Paper X, they're here, and they're not here to mess around. They're here to win.
Yeah, no, they're into the sights within the first few seconds, and even when they are, sometimes you've got Forsaken's disgusting lugs that may have went a little bit overboard every once in a while, but it is ridiculous how much space they were taking.
It's crazy the amount that it was catching Guild off guard in the beginning of that half, right? Towards the end, they started expecting it. They started having multiple players, even in that last round. They're just looking at Forsaken as he flanks through B. Those are the types of things that actually really made Guild struggle to find any space to read exactly how they're playing. This round right here, Paper Rex with a nasty nade seize combo that catches Russ, and then they go ring around the rows of the entire map. This Astral Divide, they rotate back towards B after a Forsaken flank through mid, and then they get another rotation back through. Mind Freak smokes off the trip, finds another pick, and the round is over. That stuff is so difficult to deal with when you're Guild and you're trying to set up phase raid combos of your own.
Yeah, I think a lot of it as well comes down to, first you've got the fact that Benkai calling a great game, but also Mind Freak, just his positioning as well. But we've got that head-to-head. The main reason I wanted to bring this up, though, is more so that I think going into the second half, we have to highlight Trex. I think he's someone that can have a high amount of impact. I think a lot of the time the executions from Guild are incredible, but he is that mantle. If he's having a bad game on this second half, it's done.
Yeah, I also, that defensive side for him, it's really difficult to place the utility in the specific spots when Paper Rex is all over the map. I think the guy who led the team for Guild, who led the comeback at least to get 4 rounds, which is really difficult still going into the second half, is safe, and he's still going to have massive impact because the op is what's going to carry the weight against people who are pushing you every single round.
Well, it's Paper Rex. It's all Paper Rex right now. They're dictating the pace. Like Tom and Bala said, some of the players on the side of Guild, they have to step up as we head into the second half. Sideshow and Bren, take us away.
Thank you very much, Sue. Yes, let's get right back into it. The second half of things. Guild's map pick percent currently down in terms of the rounds, but the pistol round, a great opportunity, I think, for them to turn their fate around so far.
They're going to be banking on winning the pistol, winning the bonus, getting back into this game quickly, I think.
Yeah.
And when you're comparing the styles of these two teams, whereas Paper Rex were into the sights within the first 10, 20 seconds looking for the plant, Guild are normally slower, more conserved, patient, attempting to punish, but this time barreling in early.
They've been cut off though, the fragment nade and a spam. Mind Freak, he's handed an easy one. Player into the site though, space is going to be gained as Trex needs to do something, at least hold the crossfire. Look at all the damage that's being done. The spike, the Guild now, Rush is going to be just committing to that one, so the post-plant situation is in their hands. They lock
crap.
this one down though. A bit of miscoordination there. Flash over the top, Safe actually gets caught by it, and the Haunt as well. A lot of positioning revealed, and players are solely on either side, but they just
Well,
don't
damn, this
anticipate Leo.
monster in your
The
ass.
bullets in the clip, the frenzy not enough for him. In fact, Benkai is the one who gets 2 of them still. Russ, what can he do? Only to
Oh
get
shit!
so much pressure, but the reload
Nice.
play, and Benkai
Let's go,
with the
Benkai.
4.
Let's freaking
It's
go.
a fantastic pistol round retake for Paper Rex, and potentially a death blow for Guild. They'll be wondering whether or not to force
Paper Rex, let's go.
For a moment, let's just consider how good that was from Paper Rex's side. They went fast with 3 players through mid to be
Bengai
made.
with a clutch
This
gin.
ruins most of your post-plant positioning. You want to hold players like Leo in that logs position and have someone to play off at lane. When you're getting pushed from CT
Fuyo.
and B main at the same
Benkai
time by a
sial.
ton of players, you just can't hold those level of crossfires. They had to abandon Leo.
Me, number 1 viewer.
Number
Number 1 viewer must donate. Let's
For the
donate.
moment, they've bought up Bulldog, 3 Spectres. They'll be discussing things with Barbar to
Only viewer.
Important that they don't let the opportunity slip away from them.
Honestly, I think that from Paper X's point of view, you could predict
Oh, yeah.
the Guild are going to go for this force. They got the spike
Oh, of
down,
course.
they got a couple of
Nice.
kills.
Thank
they
you
got
very
a
much.
timeout. Yeah.
Down this many
Thank you very
rounds,
much, Bobby.
tired of it somehow. And they open up. I mean, Guild with the faster play, it's something that typically they're no strangers to just.
You see, 3 years
letting
later, this one is
the round
me.
play out a little bit, the time
Sheesh.
tick down, absorbing any potential aggression. They were fast in that round, and it was shut down pretty heavily by the Paper X response.
Guild actually like to mix in a lot of different pace of
Yeah, a bit of conditioning
their
maybe for
rounds.
the slow, and then mix in a fast play.
Yeah,
Now and then.
they do occasionally have some fast rounds like Paper X, but mostly they're going to be going for mid to late round hits into sights.
Oh,
As you
for
can
second
see on your
bottom
screen,
fragging.
Guild still with quite a bit to do in order
Bruh.
to secure champions. there is a three-way battle occurring between the
Come on,
two
Forsaken.
teams. And honestly, Guild were on the outside looking in, but their performance so far in the tournament has turned a lot of us into believers.
Looked especially good. An early play by Paperex. Expecting again some fast
Face cam.
skill. They take it in
What
the
is face cam?
mid.
I'm not doing that
It's
shit.
game for them. Chucks and Safe, making sure that they can hold those off angles. but
Come on,
Forsaken
Forsaken.
with a judge.
Get him.
Do you ever anticipate
Go.
this? Right up close and personal. It's a
Oh,
bad
shit.
play. Russ was ready and waiting.
Nice,
Potentially
Forsaken.
in the anti-flash position, but
Fucking
already
reload,
Forsaken
please.
getting value out of it.
Nice.
Horns up close and personal.
Come on.
The TP
Nice.
behind. What? Forsaken, you
Let's
are
go.
an absolute maniac.
Oh, Forsaken is back, nigga.
Oh, what a play! Forsaken decimating Guild and putting probably
Forsaken
the
freaking
final
popping
nail in
off.
the coffin for Ascent there. That is a
From 8 kills to 12, let's go,
Not only
Forsaken.
does he win the 1v2 with the judge,
Oof, gay.
B-May,
Oof, gay.
taking down these players, but then he goes for the teleport
TPs.
back in
Oh,
behind
what?
Trex.
And I mean, obviously they're just like, well, okay.
Oh shit, Forsaken.
Being pressured from multiple fronts, but you just don't expect it. Ah, the frustration.
Baba has had a roller coaster, heart attack, central this tournament. And I'm sure this can't be good for him.
Not again, Forsaken. Let's go.
Slowly slip away in this one. A thrifty round would be fantastic here to get a bit of confidence back into Guild. Forsaken, for a moment there, looked like he wanted to challenge aggressively over on Cat. Look how fast Paperex are to just abandon extremities once they realise that Guild aren't doing anything fast and look towards the middle of the map. They currently have 3 players looking to fight that area, and A is only being held by, you know, the barest shred of utility.
Not too sure what the play would be here. I mean, it is just.
Where are you guys going?
Guild have realised they need that mid control. They can't just send everybody through the choke point into A. The trademark,
Mid?
I think, is going to trigger some sort of play up.
The
There's a
hell?
horn from
Catwalk.
Benkai that clears out B, so they're pretty
Let's go for
confident
second.
it's not gonna be a B hit
Wait,
anytime
just
soon.
judge, for
Might
God's
see
sake.
can see down mid.
Forsaken in a lot of trouble.
Oh
How
my-
is he
oh
just
shit.
doesn't
Nice.
teleport
Nice one,
away,
Jing.
but Jing's got his back. Swinging off of the play still.
Oh, nice.
Attempt is made by
Oh
Guild,
my
but
god, freaking Jing.
come to fruition.
Jing there to back up his boy Forsaken, and then Device
Jing
went
for the
around to
trade.
back up
Let's
Jing
go,
as well
baby.
as Players tempted to punish through B main.
15,
A
13,
decent
12,
idea by
12,
opening the
9.
map a little bit and poking out, feeling out where Paperex are going to be playing,
Ooh,
but just not quite enough.
nice timing, Jing.
Not quite enough.
Oof,
You can see just how in
what a
sync
timing.
the dynamic duo of Forsaken
Russ play like you.
just are.
Who the hell is Russ?
These guys
Wait,
are
let me
just
see.
Dominant.
And it's about to get more dangerous because Forsaken has an operator in his hands.
Of
Survived the
course.
with which he did tons of work. And there
The
goes
best.
Russ immediately.
The best
I
KO.
think
Let's
Russ
go.
was peeking that as well.
Best KO in Asia.
Forsaken.
Laugh what?
Russ has kind of been getting abused in these
Why you
open
laughing?
duels as
Shut
well
up.
on Ascent. Mostly been playing Sage so far this tournament.
Skewing
Back
clack.
onto his more usual
For
initiator
God's
role.
sake.
Just getting bullied.
Useless. Freaking useless.
It's hard to keep up with the kind of challenges that Paperex like to throw at you. And look at this.
Oh, let's go,
Great
Jing.
Disrespect. Jing's just holding by himself on Cat.
Your
Not
mom
much
definitely
support,
will
is
be
there?
proud of you.
Doesn't matter.
Let's go. Oh my
Pain is his war
god.
aim. In fact, take away the
I think it's
sound cues.
disgusting, man.
Just make him just focus that much more.
He doesn't need his health. He doesn't need his ears. They'll just shoot you.
It'll just shoot you.
Remember, this is the player that goes for Reyna on Haven. He is perfectly
Bob,
happy taking raw
carry like
kills
Seth, please.
anytime you like. Any day, call him up.
How to pronounce his name? Safer.
Ryan Game.
Say F. Say F. Okay, say F.
Oh,
Carry like Seth, please.
So clean.
Stop
If anyone was
baiting.
wondering, I wonder if Forsaken will end up playing a little worse than usual because he's not on the stage. He's got COVID right now.
Phew.
I was wondering the same thing myself. But he has not missed a beat. And there's the Paperex HQ, and frankly, they're not. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Where are we
Rose
going
out.
here?
Fast play.
Oh shit, rolls
Slowed
out.
on a little bit, but it's okay.
That was a double
Looked
blast
like-
pack
yeah.
with the showstopper.
Oh, the
Like
gay
a
gun is
sharp
here.
attack play to crunch time.
Welcome to the
The good
gay
stuff still.
area.
Sagan's holding close now with the judge. It's going to be the no command. They might just
Come on,
be
come on, come on.
walking right into this one. The
Oh,
flash.
so
And
close.
this one is there just to try and remove it, but Device at the bottom of the hell. Now the Ray's going to
Nice.
be just out in the open.
Nice.
Let's go with-
Jing, let's go.
Jing's already
One
responding.
more.
The crossfire there.
Oh, the
you're
D-Vac.
kidding me.
Oh, you can't be doing that, Jing.
Filthy.
Oh shit! Oh! What? What? Oh my god, don't tell me this.
How has he converted it into this?
Oh,
Three
don't
kills.
choke this with Rex.
Enough
Don't
shots
freaking
going
choke this,
his way.
please.
It's down to this 1v1, but only 6 HP. Him versus Benkai.
Imagine
to
losing
stay
this.
into the map. The repositioning, Benkai's already worked his way around. The timing, does Trex even know about this one?
Oh
The
nice.
answer is
Let's go,
no.
GGZ.
13-4 is a scoreline. And look at this, another day in the office it seems like for Paper X.
Definitely.
Cool, calm, collected.
Cool, calm, collected. Didn't even break a sweat against the most overperforming team we've seen so far at Copenhagen. It
Best
was
KO is here, Bob.
on Guild's map pick.
Welcome to the playoffs.
Now change to best Phoenix.
And for Paper X, I'm just going to saying hello, saying thank you to Forsaken as he takes a stretch. But look at this map highlights. After one decent
Shut up,
round
Wensi.
for Guild on the defense
Hey, Wensi,
side,
come, watch
they
our
managed
team.
to string a few together
Come,
at
Discord.
the end as well. But this was Paper X putting on a masterclass and showcasing their style that they are going
Wensi,
to
come,
play
Discord, come,
for
Discord.
the rest of the tournament.
Waiting
And
for
you
you.
have to deal with them. They're not going to adjust to you.
That was one of the advantages that Guild had coming into this series, and it had been playing.
Yo, Wensi, you wanna go Discord? What channel?
Compositions changing up.
Any lah.
To prep for,
Come, come, come.
But Paper X are the kind of team that force you to prep for them. They force you to.
Yeah, I call you, I call you.
come up with answers on the fly.
Let me call you.
Great mid-round adaptations, I think, from Benkai with a lot of the calls that was happening. I mean, this was just a masterclass performance on this map.
It absolutely was, and I think
Calling you.
when you look at somebody like Ching making his way back onto the stage, in my opinion, the most underrated player we have at the tournament because he's world class.
Hello.
It hasn't yet been discussed in that kind of.
Hello,
He's only had
Wensi.
that one tournament run at Rec Quebec where
What's
he's able
up?
to show himself, but he's just been filthy on everything he's played. Ends
Hello.
20 and 14.
What?
And by the time he got to the end, he was just taking raw duels.
Just insane.
Why you didn't answer my phone just now?
Break on the other side of things, of course, on desk.
Huh?
Break down the
Why you
action.
didn't answer my
Up
phone
to
just now?
crucial map number 2. Don't go anywhere.
没有看到。啊！
Let's watch the replay.
Putting pressure onto the plant, bought time for Mindfree, who also opened things up through Tree in the first place.
Yeah.
And the pistol round, Brand, is going to be a small little sample of
Shut
what
up,
we've got
Lindsay.
for the entirety of this series. Guild have come into this tournament with a brand new strategy, which is to play retake, retake, retake. On their defense side, they are playing 75%
You
of the
jing.
time for retake. And as Paper X barrel their way in and Trex goes down, this doesn't look like Guild are going to be able to do
The
too
hell-
much here with pistols in their hands.
Jing damn good,
Damage
Wensi.
done, but not gonna be afforded any of those specters that would drop down.
His race entry freaking good. Can ask Jala to learn from him or not?
Aggressive team. He executes the
Simple.
crazy compositions. I mean, Desk was highlighting it over and over and over again. They really do feel like sometimes that unstoppable object. Guild can play so slow. Sometimes
Wait,
they're
Wensi, are you talking?
immovable.
Yes.
It is the definition of that kind of matchup.
You Lancy piece of
Fast,
shit.
What?
This one's going to be the bull against
你听不到咩？
in
Huh?
this
刚才
sense.
听不
And
到。
we'll see whether the
I can
Mandalorians
hear
are
now.
on board at the end of this.
Okay.
Because Paper X are going to charge into sites, play aggressive. They get most of their kills in the first 10 seconds of the round, and they tend to plant within 20. That is rapid. No one else in the tournament plays like that. And like I said, Guild are gonna
你看那个 scan 很
clear
勁
them，out.
什么 scan？
他每次一丢他的 scan 哦，一定 scan 到很多人。
Use of this one.
在哪里？
Run through the I mean, I didn't write too
你
much.
看啊，
在哪里啊
呃
？scan 在哪里？哪里都 scan 到啊？
So,
后面
fantastic
呢
team.，
他丢到很高，然后有时候呢，有时候 guild 找不到那个东西，要这样的。
废是讲丢在上面的话不会掉下来的那个 scan。
That's right.
他是这样的，他是
Factor
你
now
丢
into this
你丢上去就可以了。
哦，对，它不会掉下来的。
不会，
Just
不
deciding whether you wanna be
不会不会。
playing this
Oh.
in terms of the defensive
你
side
丢
or
你那
the
trajectory 还够高的话，就可以
Oh,
了。
I didn't know.
Cross. Swing is not destroyed. Backs away. Safe has worked his way into Y.
Yeah, that's off the back of the knife. You know, as the attacking side, they're unlikely to step into that defensive 0 point. And so it buys a timing.
You will see I'm playing esports for my APU Sports Carnival. Valorant.
Good luck, bro.
My god.
Stream
What stream? Okay, I can stream also. Playing for APU Sports Carnival live.
LAN it's not online.
Online lah, LAN. I also hope LAN oh. Trolling us you see LAN. The hell LAN is online. The hell. Oh shit, my freak.
That was close.
我 Paper X 够强哦，真的。
What a way that would have been.
是，我也是没有想到。
他可以杀不到 Guild 哦，哇 Guild 是EU 的 first team 是 first seed I mean。
second seed。Fnatic 是 first。
哦，那怎么他们 first 跟 second seed 都不用？哎，怎么 second seed 不用打那个那个什么 playoff before playoff 的？
有
咩？
他们打 Optic 吗？他们是打赢 Optic 的那个 team 吗？
我太的咩？
第一天他们打 Optic， 他们
哦，那个 Optic 输很 close 那个14-12啊，是啊，好像是。哎，没有，不是，3 set， 哎，3 maps 忘记了。
没有，他们2-0。
2-0咩
？Guild 2-0 Optic。
我只懂那天哦，金那天那个谁？那天也打得很烂嘛，那种，所以他们输掉。
But Marv 这个 tournament 很厉害。
Oh my god, Marv！
他全部场他 top right。
I know right？ 跟昨天今天那一场 ，Oh my god， 他打到极好哦。Freaking Astra 29个 Q， 笑。
他很惨劲。
我们是我最喜欢的 controller 啊。
Jump spot, anything at all. Leo as well is going to use that prowl. Let's see if he can clear a corner. But at this point, Safe is positioning so far back. Are they just looking to save?
Mindfreak 也是打得很好。
是 Mindfreak 也是打得很好先。
他有一场 3v1 才 clutch 到，然后另外一个 2v1 他 clutch 到。
诶 ，3v1 差点 clutch 到，我有看到那个。我在看这段 replay。
哦。
For second 今天打得不是很好，他后面有爆一点啊，但是也是不是很好。
前面打，没有他拿，我觉得他拿赛过，他不用 push 到这样。
是，刚才那个最后一场他拿到赛完了，他又去 push 那个 base 那边。
And Guild haven't played against a team like that this tournament. They've played against teams that take the site.
他等哦，我觉得等来 CT 就够了。
But Paper X are going to fight you. They're not going to allow Guild to group up and play for these perfect retakes. And that is why Paper X have been winning over 80% of their post plants in APAC. They never let their opponents get comfortable.
但是这次的 defend 他们没有 push 哦，没有什么 push 哦 ，Paper X
没有什么。
是他们玩球诶，不然什么？
没有，应该是上一次的 tournament 他们玩第4名，一定很多 EU 跟 NA team 会想要 counter 嘛。
啊，对，是啊，是。
但是这次也是 Jose 跟第一次玩那个 chamber 嘛，在 international tournament。
And already Paper X have conditioned Guild to over-rotate. And they're already abusing.
你现在在家上面还是你回家哦？
我回了。
哦 ，nice。
A little bit too much perhaps, pushing all the way into spawn and donating a Vandal. I love the idea of Forsaken taking the B site, but that was a little too much.
Yeah. Really just, you can hold the space there. And Guild are so fast onto this one, already taking all the space, pushing past the Cosmic Divide. Not content with just sitting back and waiting for it, but there's so much time on the clock, the way this is played out. It's another rotation.
And Mindfreak pushed past his own Cosmic Divide to hear the rotates through spawn. So he knew 3 players had come over to B, and he gives the info to his team. Go A, run
back and forth, and Trex, well, caught with the rotation. Only 1 player left standing in safe. Can't deny the plan.
我准备看金妈妈在敌对又放 My son MVP, let's go 哎，我问我几个力 support 后真的。
是啊。
很孤立 supportive 那种哦。
Awesome rotates around the map by PaperX. I do think
那我明天还去 follow 他的 Instagram， 他讲他 post 的东西，他 post 的东西都很什么，
很什么？
很 horny 这样。
他妈妈是不是？
是
是诶，我不知道什么。
然后他写的东西也是很 horny 这样。
是诶，我也是有感觉到诶。确定是他妈妈？
是我们的妈妈。
哦，是我们的妈妈。确定是他妈妈？可能是 step mom。 哇，金赛够快哦！什么？
是啊，进很快。
够快哦！
旧的 jersey 还是新的 jersey 比较好看？
他是，我还没看到，诶，我没有发现他新的 jersey 跟他有分别没？喂，
还有 orange 啊。
喂，你要 send 给我 send 我才看得出诶，这样我看不出诶。
哦，你这样子看不出，这样子很容易看到啊。
因为我不知道他上次的 jersey 是怎样，我忘记了。
哦。
诶，所以你有买到他 jersey 吗？那时候？
我等到还有那个
名字啊，
可以 customize 名字还
有。shit 啦 ，PaperX 現在多分手先。
And the real fight in this map
Yeah.
is coming down to what happens in the post plan.
一定啊，
PaperX being able to
他们玩到这样
to throw aggression
不一样，一定很多人会喜欢。
是的，真的是真的是真的。
Good Guild have been this tournament so far with their retake strategy. What's the app? The app like Fnatic, top of them. Guild or Guild, if paper or with little way around us, strength and it's like PaperX. Got the seasons, but it comes down to that mentality shift, I suppose.
OK 啊，我的那个 APL Sport Carnival eSport 我放 Plastic Rex 啊，
We've seen a brand new guild at this event.
什么鬼？
我放我的 team name Plastic Rex。
Leo and Trex are playing
不，
like advanced
你跟谁一起组一样组？你的
我的打球朋友来的，一个女生来的，她就问我，她那时候我每次有讲嘛，过后她就讲，哦，那呦，哎，我剩4个人呢，差1个哎，你要不要来？对哦 ，OK 啊，去哦，完了，
grouping up at B.
行哦，
他们什么 rank？
Trying to make
Diamond 的，
default when in fact all
她上过Immortal的，所以我就讲
女的
啊，所以我讲，哎，我 noob 啊，不要嫌弃我，她讲不用紧，他们也是很 noob 的。他讲他给我打release说 shit 啦，准备看我 beat 他们了。
有讲没？
啊，是，我讲你们切手肉，很，因为我讲我每次跟朋友玩都是玩release或者那个 initiator，他讲别这样你打release啊，我就哦 OK，
那他们，
因为他们 flex 他们讲他们就好像可以 swap 来 swap 去了。
几时开始比
8月17号。
赢的人有奖啊？
什么意思？
赢的组有奖啊？
肯定有奖啊，但是应该没有钱啊。有奖是有奖啊，应该set那些啦，不懂set 那。Oh my god， Forsaken push 到真的好像流力这样啊。
What the fuck？
various chamber players. This will be on another level.
他们的 post plan 玩到很好
，post plan 啊，
就他们每次玩 retake 的，然后那个 paperback
又每次玩 retake 哎，我没发现呢。
就是他这个 tournament 他们一直玩 retake 的，他们给他们竞赛的话，他们有 retake。
哦，是，我也发现到，是有。这我 start 了没？还没有不是？
是
start 了啊？我 shit 没讲。我都不知道。
哦。Nice.
Oh, let's go, my freak.
And this is what makes PaperX
Shit, 这快上了。
almost unbeatable on Fracture. Their defense side, they're going to run set plays on you.
OK 了。
平常不是要半个小时这样来赛的咩？
没有，诶，有可能以前是这样啊，不，
现在变了
你都
啊。
不懂啊，不，总之现在很快的。他们的那个 mid， 他们那个 half time 也是很快。
Oh shit, mind freak, clutch 呀！哇 3K 哦 toxic。喂，但是他的
teammate 好最少。
哦，我也看到，我也看到。诶，他们这件衣服好像 rainbow 这样诶，太多颜色哦，我觉得不好看呢。你喜欢没？
两个吧，两三个吧，好像紫色跟 orange 啊。
是，但是它太多 pattern， 就是I mean 你懂我意思嘛？它 pattern 很多啊，所以就好像
Jesus Christ！
，Oh my God， 这个 first 个竞赛整个好像切菜一样。For God's sake，easy side。对，然后这个 guild 是专门打 retake 的咩？这好像是打 retake 这样的。
也是打 retake，他们那时候他们
I mean 他们是练习 retake 的咩？之后他们一直这样打
我不知
retake，
道，
不奇怪哦，真的。
他们时常打，我感他们说他们那两场一直打 retake 哦。
哎，Oh my feet，Oh my feet，Oh shit，my
Oh
feet，
no！
那个 life，Oh shit！Let's go， 本该。好像 knife 到了，快 replay， 快点，快 replay， 我快点看。喂 replay，nice，let's go。
他骑那个桥，他骑那个。
哦是咩？
他骑啊，他骑。
哦是，他去 flank。Oh my god！Freaking insult！Knives is the biggest insult.
And they have them for the B site as well, and it looks like potentially might see something over there early. No, just a bit of a fake.
哇，他们三个嘞
stun and a dash.
对，还有 satellite。
他们三个嘞 satellite。
哇，如果我跟 Mob 去一定死哦，我跟他这么喜欢打那边，直接一喊的。哇，他们自己放我4个人在 A 啊，对，好。
他们应该是继续。
我 chill man for second，chill man for second。
Oh my！ 我还有奥人。What the fuck？
Oh shit！
Oh my god！What the fuck？
What the hell？ 很乱呢。
So low, but look at that spike plant location right up top. It is chaos right now on the battlefield. Players still alive, and Paper X taking numbers advantage.
Oh!
Come on, no! Okay, let's go.
What？ 还有骑绳子啊？
谁 ？Benkai 啊 ？Oh my god！ 不会发现哦，是啊，他们这样打不会发现到啊。trolling 啊，这 Benkai 真的。
Guild strategy, like I said, in this tournament, they're playing 3/4 of their rounds. That's 9 out of 12 in the half for retake. And Paper X are getting free plants, and they're going to play post plant, and they're crazy good at it. The adjustment needs to be coming through, and this is only the first layer of strategy from Paper X. They haven't gone B, they haven't done anything other than a default halls.
Oh, nice done.
Just being sent flying. This time there is something a bit behind it. The Paper X players are just lurking, holding actually that angle, waiting for a reclear, waiting for a repick.
Oh my
They'll know
god!
that this is different because they've got 3 players pushing out halls.
Jing! Oh shit, that way.
Tour de force, that's an easy kill.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh!
All the way into halls, 3 of the players.
Bruh, eco round eh.
If they could do any sort of damage, that nade, impeccable actually the way that landed. A lot of damage being done, but
we check corners.
That was right at the footstep there of Jing.
Bro, freaking enter B, man! Oh my god! 哇，他们去那个最多人的地方。
Somebody else lurked into an area of the map. But that wasn't really possible. Benkai's the closest to it, and he's only now starting to take space.
Dude,
What?
Oh my god!
The reset off of it. He's just handed 2 kills. Pop off the older man's feeling it.
Oh!
Down to that 2v2.
Wait, what?
The disrespect, are you joking? Why are you holding that
Oh my
angle, man?
god, for second trolling, man.
That is
Ah shit.
and Guild end up
Lucky.
winning the round. That one went into a very unusual direction.
And we've been seeing that every now and then, you know, a bit of an overextension, I think, from Forsaken.
还是 overextend 这场
A couple of times in a sense,
今天
you know, he-
什么？
his life gives
还
life
是
a will to
overextend
get back into
这
it.
场啊？
It
什
was
么
great.
overextend？
该啊
This
该啊
display
那
is amazing. And the
commentator
spray
讲啊
is gorgeous.
该 push 哦
Push after that as well. But there
I
is
mean
another player
他在那个
who's in halls. And if Forsaken just wraps around
他
and
在
they kill Leo, they win the round.
accent？
那刚才他
So,
Accent
yeah,
他
you're right. The
他 look 到
only
2
thing
次
that's
嘛，把
been
他 push
going
到
on
太远
in
了
the
嘛，
ranks
死
啊
掉
so far
他
is
现在还
stepping himself occasionally.
他对啊那个 out 他也是拿着 out 要对好。
Getting the stun on the flash, but nothing towards it over on the B side. Vi does have that ult though.
他那个应该打那个 side 的人先，我觉得，
Guild
main 的人
offer
先。
a tiny bit of utility early on, now have
懂
4
了懂
players
不懂
over at A.
啊，
And
这样
if
也
there's
是
any
啊。
adaptation for PaperX starting to make those same lurks they were going for on Ascent, those lurks are going to
别
find
看我们
B.
没有 split 的哦。
Because Guild are abandoning B and just leaving it to safe zone.
Shoulders touching at the wall, it seems.
Oh shit,
Just
no.
watching this one with the orb being grabbed and the spam. They know there's a large presence in that halls. Now you see with the wall going up. Slow orb as well. To try
What
and
the
push them
fuck?
across. And as the door opens up,
What the-
he attempts to capitalize. Fast lane. That's a
他不懂他不懂
Sand killed. They've got the
Oh.
players, but can they get the kills? That's the question.
Oh, so close.
It is traded. 1 for 1, 3v3 now.
And a different plan spot. The
Oh,
third
Jing
plan
inside
that
oh.
PaperX have gone for. This time Mind Freak not putting his poison orb on top of it.
Oh, no.
Commander's going to look to go for this retake. Safe
Ah.
still a long way
Oh.
away.
Awkward angle to be holding with the tour de force and teleports back.
Oh, that white.
They've got
Oh,
finishing
NT,
and
bro.
look at this, yep, the wrap around by Safe. They know where Mind Freak is. Pressured the spam through, killed with another one.
我觉得他们的 strat 已经被 read 到了，他们不能再去 A 那样了。
They're grouping up, they're over
我觉得我们应该给他们一个
你不要讲
fracture 的 attack strategy。
They're having to pull back, they're having to try and
我觉得我们 strategy 比较诶
pull。the spike point goes down instead of playing those full
OK
leads.
OK，first of all，
And this
要
one,
放2个人在
for the
satellite 那边。
forced to go on an eco. Still going for 2 vandals and maybe they
就做他的
they're
analyst 啊
forcing into this.
我只会跟他讲这句话嘛，我放2个人在 satellite，bridge 一定要在 satellite。OK， 搞定。
Certainly limited.
掂啦，就
By
啦
the。way, being the key player for Guild. Locking down B, allowing his team to rotate, getting the kills on board.
Oh Jesus.
He's been a beast so far in this match. It just hasn't been enough.
Oh.
Perhaps it can be on Fracture.
Really
Oh,
good.
that way, let's go.
Big numbers still
Wait, we'll
far.
see.
You
Watch
really
YouTube,
gotta
please.
pick that
不要看
head up
Twitch.
to ADS
看
up.
哦，是咩？你做你这块啊？
Just a tad too late.
快我1、2
没有看
几
Twitch
秒
啊。
By Guild.
Useless.
Oh.
看
Oh.
YouTube please.
No
His
way.
reposition right now.
So dangerous.
Oh.
There's a player already by his side.
啊，Jing，
But he backs
你不要
away.
看 Twitch，你又有进电脑啊？
Punish for it.
Perfect timing, just as Mind Freak dropped the poison.
啊？
还是跟电脑
我不知道
没有关系。
我喜欢没有跟电脑没关系，我喜欢 YouTube，我不喜欢 Twitch 的咯。
PaperX have been defaulting to this when they're at this player disadvantage. We saw it on
Huh.
the center lot. It's the contact.
我觉得 YouTube 不会这么 lag，Twitch
See if they're
会 lag 那样的。
angles.
Oh shit！
对啊，你 setting 你 set 小一点咯。
Benkai gets himself onto the side though.
Benkai has already won 2 1v4s this stage. It would be an insane.
那我要 set 一个 Twitch account 诶，我试看也是 stream 在
哦
Twitch。
Stun has to be avoided aftershock. as
Oh,
well.
bye-bye, Benkai.
Yeah. Full blind swings to avoid a lot of the bullets and the fire that was going his way, but it's going to be an easy defuse.
And Guild staying in control. An element of their defensive setup that we didn't discuss that round was a Sage Wall. Russ just plopped down at the top of B main. And I think those walls should be able to get really good value against the way the PaperX plays if PaperX slow the tempo down. Pop in a Sage Wall and just knowing that a quarter of the map is locked off and you don't have to worry
What?
about
Time out.
PaperX players lurking through there is peace
Yeah.
of mind for Guild. Something that they never had on Ascent.
It speaks.
Mind Freak 哦，帅有他们名字那边。
Keep it even after the absolute battering that they got on that pick.
Absolutely. And they've been a team that's been extremely strong mentally so far in this tournament. Guild have had 3 out of 6 of the maps played so far go to overtime.
Yeah.
And out of those 3, Guild have won 2 of them. They have been Of course, everybody apart from Coldamenta is pretty inexperienced on the big stage, and yet they've looked like veterans. They've come out, they've played their best ever Valorant, they're calm, they're winning the clutch moments, they've been great in OT. They need to draw on that deep mental reserve that they've showcased to keep themselves in this. On what most people would say is Paper X's best map.
They've been approaching it with the right direction. Safe has been an absolute lifeline.
And Leo is warming up too. Not a great first map, uncharacteristically, but now over onto the breach 6 and 3, finding spots where he's been great at anchoring down areas of the map like halls, for example. This is the first dish push.
This is
後面要玩 retake。
flash and a stun. Once more, it's usually the beginning of most of these fast takes.
maybe not.
All this space.
我们 stack B 哦。
And Safe was posted up actually with his operator looking
Jesus.
towards Dish. Got flashed.
Oh my
and had to
God.
leave.
In their
Oh my
spawn, the
God.
rolling thunder cuts across. That's a stun being placed. Forsaken.
Oh, Andy.
Oh, he's already in
Oh
there.
my god!
Straight away, picks up the operator. You cannot be taking that angle.
Oh,
Dodging, juking. Nade's gonna
Flash,
push
oh
him
my
back.
God.
34 health. Holds down Mouse One, but not enough to claim the kill. The spike, though, already planted. In fact, the resurrect was available in the back pocket of Russ.
Oh,
He's going to be returning
oh,
safe back into the action. This could
Oh,
get
I see.
dangerous now for Paper X. And his
Oh.
look at that double capsule right
GG.
into the headshot. Trex and Leo to combine it all together.
What a wonderful retake from Guild.
Oh.
That's the Guild that we've been
Magical.
seeing so far in the tournament. The fast retake, the ults were perfect, the coordination, immaculate. And Paper X got completely overwhelmed. Love that round from them. Beautiful.
Really do. And I mean, Guild have been forced to play at that increased tempo to match Paper X, to deny them space. Don't let them get too easily these post plans. And look at that. I love how aggressively and rapidly they're able to make the decision to fight over Hall's control here.
The movement as well with the blast packs was fantastic. There from
is-
Trex.
Chill, bro.
Baba looks like he is aging in real time. But I mean, to get back onto the previous point, it's one of the
It's called
things
Alex
that
生
Trex
气。
does better than everybody else on the race front.
我觉得那个 Guild 的 coach 更生气哦。
他很什么啊？他
很 rich
dedicated，因为他很 passionate 的。
所以
那个 guild 的哦
This round as well.
，My God！
And Paper X find the opening kill. In fact,
Oh
both.
shit！
Leon
那个
Copenhagen
guild 的那
draws
个
opens up B.
哎，有讲
coach
懂
他很
啊，
他那天玩的时候啊
Second missed the spike.
他们输一场他就很突然，
哎，
好像要敲桌子还是什么，那个 guild 的
我懂，刚才也是这样啊。
My God 蛮开，
The fast retake.
是该
It's a
是
great，idea, but not
The hell, Ben Kai?
available to them. And look at
哎，
Oh my god, Ben Kai！
I mean, I think he was actually leading.
Oh shit！我要写 Ben Kai 完了啊，
I
真
don't
的
think。he was aware that Ben Kai was going on the flank there. But Ben Kai was playing up at Dish and decided. Hey,
我要看 Ben Kai 的
let's
新
go
哦
for the long,
从现在开始。
lurk flank through spawn.
学好完
I
了。
think the way that
Ben-
Paper X are playing their post plans-
你一做一次他们就 expect 到了，我不懂怎么他，
The poison
但是那女他们那女 expect 到他做了几多次
是
了。
啊，
really quick on the
因为你玩我们玩 rank 哦，
是啊
这样做一次一定被 expect。
他们啊，这个 Guild
Just die in halls immediately. That's not even the point of this round for Paper X. They're trying to just take a slow skirmish at halls and have a fast react.
Oh,
push
no.
from Dish
Oh,
to
my-
win the fight. Oh wow.
哦 GG！哦，他 DP 掉。
The fuck is this? Holy shit!
Oh my god, the utility.
Deep within tower. He spotted it, but he just can't quite find the head still. Ping dart is going to be Russ spammed through all of it, but the team just can't quite get
Oh
to the choke.
my-
That's what the Viper's pit's for. Tried to give him a bit of covering fire, but I mean the overdrive, it's not the best weapon for the job, is it? It can't quite go.
What?
But it does enough. Spam from Leo.
No, 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 all this, please.
Waits for it. Now we can hear the plant.
Spike planted.
Random spam though, not enough to claim a kill.
Oh,
Come on, Ben Kai, come on, Ben Kai. Ben Kai, let's go, Ben Kai. Oh shit.
Diligent with the peeking up and down on the rope. He knows it's
Oh.
by a player.
Ben Kai.
Favored in this one. The
Timing, Ben Kai. Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
It is good.
Well coordinated between Leo and Coldamenta. They get the punish.
Worry
Leo,
about time, no, Josh.
No,
Leo
no,
still
no,
has
no,
rolling
no,
thunder
no,
here.
no, no,
He knows
no.
both players are over a tree.
I'm really worried about time because now you're going to start to see the snake
No,
eyes
no time.
through. Mindfreak's already laid it down, and with the orb up as well, it's
Wait.
just being bled off the clock once
Ah,
more.
no time.
Yeah. Coldamenta's going to try and stick. But there's just no hope here.
There's nothing more heartbreaking as well than losing rounds in that fashion. You come into it with good ideas, but
Nice.
it's not taking them rapidly enough.
Jesus，他差一个 pixel 就看到 Ben 开哦，没有2个人差一个 pixel 就看到对
Line up
方。
Larry reigns supreme.
Yeah, it really does. Mind Freak's just applying a ton
他
of
上过
time
ECM，我还
in the
还一定
post
看到。
good ideas not working. The beginning of that round, Russ deliberately walls off safe to make it look like there can't be an operator player there. And yet Paper X are still throwing stuns out, flashes out, making sure that nobody could possibly be contesting them. They're not baited by the Sage Wall going down in the
Jesus
slightest. That was a
Christ,
really cool idea
Jesus
from Gil, and
Christ.
they got nothing.
Round 2. Seems
Same
like the same
utility
play,
again.
doesn't it? Yep, fast lane over the top. There's no wall to try and
哦，还有
block.
out 呢。Oh, what the fuck?
Trademark as well. That slow field is going to be causing a bit of mischief, I think. Honestly, an opportunity for Gil to come back into this one, especially with that pickup onto Forsaken with the res in play. Now the rolling thunder exchanged.
The hell?
Both sides. They want to deny the plant going down in the first place. The Guild players have started to swarm this one now. They do have good positioning, but can they win out the fights? That's the question.
Spike goes down. Guild is setting up for the retake. They're in already, using the blast packs to take space.
Pushing forward.
Oh my
still.
god.
Now
Oh,
you
I
can
missed
see
it.
pressure being applied half on the
Oh my
diffuser
god,
already.
Ben Kai.
We should be able to
Oh
get
shit, I
this
missed it.
Yeah.
The aftershock misses.
The aftershock misses. Not enough time being
Oh,
put for the
nice
snake
try.
bites, and all the players cleaned up for Paper X.
And of course, if you're going to put all of your eggs in the post-plant utility,
哇，这个 CF 很强诶。
Benkai just with a slight miss on that one.
Yeah.
And had the aftershock found its mark, the snake bites would have been.
Oh my god, Jing 坑了这场。
But
Come
for
on,
Guild,
Jing.
It's the fast
It's time to pop
Watch
off.
how quickly they take all of this space.
Jing 只可以 raise 了啦，我觉得。
Safe supporting with the operator.
没有，
跟 Rina
谢谢很好啊，他的 Icebox。
Pushing in behind the space.
Sage
The Trex managed
他
to get
Icebox
before them.
我觉得这个 map 还是不好诶。
Working for Guild.
Blow for blow. Round for round.
Oh my god, Forsaken. No.
Again.
For
The
God's
same
sake,
play by
Forsaken.
Paper X 3 rounds in a row. It's all going behind it and the spam through the wall. This adaptation. Gordomenta.
The hell, Jing 这时候可以中 spam 死。
Freaking
Freaking unlucky man.
Essentially unloading the Phantom.
And it's Jing taken down. The spike is not committed, however, and this might be the first time that Mind Freak goes for one of these classic lurks that we were seeing on Ascent. Devi very marginally avoids getting punished.
Ben Kai, go.
Forsaken is
Look.
now left in a very odd spot. Going to be dueling Russ. Not
Forsaken.
good for them.
Yeah,
Nice.
crosshead placement. Once more, the precision is there. Bit of a noise bait.
It's
Trying to
drawing.
make something.
It's drawing a couple of players back
Wow.
towards B, but the spike was heading A.
It's because
Now,
the trademark was destroyed in halls.
yeah, Benkai and Mind Freak have to make a decision. Do you commit or do you go back to B? And Forsaken is letting the team know there's no one here, guys. Just come back.
Fast,
Stick to
fast,
B,
fast.
we're
Go
gonna
back
get them
fast.
down.
Might as well. Pushed all the way deep.
And look how far away.
Oh my
Gil
god,
is.
how about
He's
the
one
fake?
with the brimstone roll. He's the one that can deny this plant.
这么
Jesus
rotate
Christ.
哦。
Far away.
Might just be in range, surely, with the nade. The stun
Oh,
to try and
Forsaken
follow it up.
trolling.
Forsaken is deep. Does get taken out. The orbital strike. Get chunked down. Benkai's left down to 12 HP, but he does have that aftershock once more. Needs to not miss this lineup this time around, though. Important for them. Just up to Leo.
The hell?
Retaking with the operator.
可以这样子咩？
哦，nice。
Positioning as well. It's already being wrapped around.
我不知道他们发明了应该。
等下我试看了，我真的。
Gonna be the mark found. Safe falling. Down to Leo. This guy, he's been good for
等下我试看了，真的。
this time around.
Nice.
A beautifully played round from Paper X that was much more reminiscent of their mid-rounding.
这也是 post plan 的呢。
Guild have been able to keep up with them throughout this half, and I think deserve enormous props for that. Look for a moment at where Jing is on the scoreboard. 3 and 11. They're taken out as
Guild
the
那个
first kill.
Sage
And listen, this isn't
Oh.
a bad half from Paper X, but he's not having that same impact that I was expecting from him on this map. And I think part of it is because he's not playing the Rays. He's not able to get double
Forsaken 如果没有中 stun，我觉得可以杀倒一个。
plodding into
对
the。site.
可以
Not able to get big value on this attack half. On the defense side, he'll be looking to get value out of the Sage, but hasn't had it so far. And that's been part of the reason why Guild are up to 5. No Jing.
Hasn't really been an
Jing,
element
come
in
on.
this match, in this map, I should say.
已经是做
Lane over the top. That
What
actually
a
goes,
fast-
goes over the top.
已经是做 no duelist 的 duelist 诶，not duelist 的 duelist。
Because that's covering the trademark and making
就是他不是 duelist，他做这 duelist role 啊，就进这，他每次 either 那个 Forsaken 进就是他进哦。
Tries to take the angle and his teammate once more, Leo.
One enemy.
Both of them
Oh
is duo, they
shit.
just mowed them
Flawless.
down. players being found.
这样可以啊，第一个进的人没有死哦，后面也死完。Forsaken 进太快了，真的。
An immense amount of respect, I think, for Guild to be able to answer back after that first map.
Yeah, I think they've done an incredible job in the half to get themselves into this position, and it's safe again. 13 and 8, putting on the performances and keeping his team in it. It doesn't get any easier once Paper X go onto their defense side. They are very aggressive, and they will put pressure on Guild.
Oh shit!
But
Leo.
Guild themselves have got into a great position here to try and recover the series.
I think they've proven that they can stand up to it. We're going to go to to the analyst desk. I was about to say a short break, not quite yet. The action's still waiting on the other side of it, though. Analyst desk, break it down.
我是已经看这种 stream 是吧？
没有看。
喂，这样真的是属于
I don't want to break.
假
I
乐
want 4 overtimes on this map. As many overtimes as humanly possible. But guys, what a great recovery from Guild after the first map and also after the first 3 rounds of this map. I was feeling like, oh, it's not looking good.
Yeah, it didn't look good at all. It felt like Paper X started trolling at the beginning, to be honest. We started with a Benkai knife in round 2, so yeah, for them to bring it back after that, it works really well because I think the ults that they started to get online, the amount of times that Trex is finding impact, really did bring them back in the game.
Yeah, I think some of the adaptations, especially when it comes to the A side, with like how they were retaking rather than really battling for it in a lot of the early rounds. I still don't think their B site hold was particularly good. I think they got caught out quite a lot by just how aggressive Forsaken was actually able to be, and some of the space he was taking in some of those rounds was still absurd. But yeah, this is an example of one of the retakes and some of the impact we saw from Trex.
It's not consistent though, right? You're not being able to get this over and over and over because they're pulling him like Ascent all over the map. It's just, I think the Ascent map gave them a little breather, a little lean into the ability and possibility that this stuff is about to happen. So we need to see a little bit more consistent. Now we're moving to the attack side, and this is where we really saw Guild struggle on Ascent.
Also, Jing too, if we want to talk about consistency, because obviously he's playing a different agent, and Saisho and Brent touched on it, but Tom, a significant drop-off in terms of kills for him in this one.
Yeah, I do think this might be more so to do with their defensive side, like potentially going to try and lock off one side of the map while they aggress on the other. It's more of a, I guess, common way of doing it around that stage, but it does remove the aspect of him almost being, I don't want to say the sidekick, because he's never a sidekick, but the sidekick to Forsaken. Because Forsaken will still be having to make those plays, otherwise you really do lose the value of having a Neon on the defense. So I'll be interested to see how they run it, but ultimately I actually think that Guild have a good opportunity on this attack. I think Trex is fantastic, and I think they have all the utility to set him up.
I mean, this is the best scoreline they possibly could have gotten after that start, but you said it at the beginning of this. I think Fracture is the most terrifying map to play against the defensive side of Paper X.
Well, it's 6-6 at the half. Definitely wasn't the same story from the first map, but let's see if Guild can actually take this all the way and get the job done. Back to you, Saisho and Brent.
Thank you very much, Sue. Yeah, I certainly hope so. Honestly, a map 3 in this series would be a treat, I think, for our first game of the playoffs. And Guild have shown great resilience being able to make this one even.
Paper X, though, aren't usually better on their defense side. Now, having said that, they usually play Jing on Raze, and they're going to push you from all over. And if you just look at the minimap and how Fracture is set up, when you start on the attack side, you barely have any space. You're so cramped. There's no corners to hide behind or cover, so if you get pushed, it is really difficult. This time though, Paper X are playing a bit more of a conservative composition, and that's where I've got questions. Are they going to play conservative?
My god. Oh my god.
Starting with a safe squeeze. What? He doesn't get out!
Oh, damn!
No way! Right underneath the ropes, that's
The hell?
angle, but still he will fall. Safe goes down, but the 4 players of Guild, they've got to just try and push their way through. Stunned up though.
Oh!
The trademark.
Oh, run!
Field, it's all
Oh
activated.
shit,
Trex,
that's right.
He does well.
Oh my
Back with a couple
god!
more kills, and it's a quick re-push right into Arcade.
No!
The knife is out!
You've
The
got to be
knife is
kidding me!
out!
Jing and Russ both
Redemption
run out of
for
bullets,
Jing.
And Jing adapts faster and pulls out the knife for a quick shank.
Was this the Sage on
Let's
Sage
see the
warfare,
freaking
just
replay, please.
Fighting in the streets.
Jail Valorant.
It is brutal out here. It is brutal.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, for starters, the pace to be able to punish safe, I love. But then what's so dangerous about Paper X on the defense side is you try and let go of
Freaking nice, yeah.
a trademark, and Forsaken is already running back to stun them. For the problem with Paper X and playing against them is that they know what your reaction is going to be and they anticipate it. They know you're going to reactively take B from them. So they go back and deal with it.
Whoosh!
A bit of Guardian spam. slam. That's going to be too.
The push shot is back.
Well, fight took place in halls on top of it. So despite the fact that this is a thrifty round for Guild,
Dawai, come on,
still
Dawai.
looking more than dangerous.
Yeah, extremely doable. This is Guild
Oof.
playing their tempo, slowing things down.
Oof.
They have the player advantage.
They would love to open this up with a quick
Don't
shot.
pick this shit,
Being
please.
found. Almost certainly turn this round.
The hell?
Favor. Still the disrespect being shown though.
Ooh,
Being done,
he
but
got
no,
TP.
points it out.
A.
Here's the pick on the other side though, called
Ah, my friend.
potentially getting gifted one.
Oh my
Free.
god.
Knife checks the wrong position.
Free gun.
And this is where Guild are going to get rewarded because Paper X will push. And if Guild can find the timings to slow things down, they might get given picks like that.
Stun
Oh
across,
shit.
that's just off of the
Oh, Benkai stun 很 on point 哦，真的。
Being dropped, he's already pushed right through it. Benkai not wasting any
Oh,
time.
so
Trex,
close.
that bulldog that was gifted to them earlier comes in handy indeed. A thrifty round for Guild to get themselves even once more.
为什么 Benkai 的 ability 又很好？
And a response instantly from
没
Guild.
问题。
They've been doing
Yeah.
a great job in this map of controlling Paper X. That opener from safe is awesome. And they trade 2 for 1 trying to control the aggression towards tree.
Chill man, chill man, relax. Oh my god，一个在骂，一个在 celebrate。
我听到他骂着那个他骂 mind trick 哦，
啊什么？他们没飞？
我听到他讲 mind trick，他讲 Evan 什么，
现在讲什么？
What a thrifty to win.
不懂，他讲我不懂，我听到他喊爆。
Oh, once more the pace, the tempo. It's turned up a tad, but Leo more than ready to absorb
Wait.
all the
Oh
aggression
my.
coming his way with the rifle. Still,
This is the
Alps
problem.
is turning into the 3v3, and Divine, well, of course, more than likely to re-swing and refight this one.
哦，大卫。
Quite
Oh,
fair
Andy.
for Izzy, though, still made it dangerous.
哦，他想看 Alex win rich 哦。
Choosing to try and defend the spawn location, defend bridge against the crunch.
可是那个两个 coach 是一个 meme 来的，
You can see how
一个在那里骂，一个在那里 celebrate 了。
cover to hide behind. They're
搞
trying
笑
to
的。
two fronts, and they're getting pinched from both sides. They managed to fend off a crunch that time and take the lead 8-7. But can they do it once Paper X have got the Vandals?
Not only that, Device
他讲
really
fuck you
operating.
man。
哎，
And this one
这
looks a little
你看了一下
Device gonna be fine.
好
你听到
好你。
Love this smoke.
What the hell？
Allow Guild to take the space.
Device trying to get set up onto the angle.
Oh, one tap.
What?
What?
Absolutely
Oh my
illegal
God.
movements that I'm just witnessing. What in the Lord's name was that?
On the other side
哇，我
of the
觉得真的要
map,
check for second 的
also
电脑哦。
Cage trying to get value out of this Sage.
笑诶。
Safe's movement through tunnel is going to end up getting stumped. Benkai hears them coming, but he's the only defender of B.
Let's go, Benkai, let's go.
Kai into the stun, into the flash. The utility is being dumped into that choke point. Doesn't want any of the Guild players to get a foothold.
But he never has to worry about his back here.
Oh, shit.
He never has to worry
Oh.
about getting pinched because Jing's wall has stayed up. And now you're starting to see the value of the wall on defense. However, now it's broken. Paper X with a 4v3, but Guild are all over the map.
Jing.
Just quite quickly, but it depends on his fight that's taking place at Arcade.
Oh, Jing.
Spotted out. Leo is good for it.
What a pick from Leo.
我进这场真的没有手感
An
哦。
enormous impact kill.
One drop though, as soon as his trademark is broken. Could spell
30 seconds left.
a tricky scenario with the time running so low. Devi is posted up.
3v3, let's go.
Trademark's broken. Is he going to be able to return and turn around here? The orb goes up to try and at least deny a bit of space, but shots being missed. Devi
Oh,
doesn't anticipate
that
it.
way.
Aggression by Safe. He's
Anti.
taken so much off them.
Amazing.
他们 savings 啊
Great
The
work
Rex.
reacting to where Devi was going to
Full buy.
rendezvous.
Full buy, ah?
That plan
Oh,
Leo
shit.
has got the rolling thunder. I don't think it should be necessary. But you can
The
tell
clash
Guild are
in.
thinking about all of the ways
Imagine.
they can use to punish.
Imagine,
Leo with the switches.
Mhm.
he's flashing.
Crossfire 哦。
This crossfire should be impossible to break.
It is.
But Benkai has a
Flash,
flash.
flash.
Surely
Oh, nice try.
Gets dangerous, but it's
我 Benkai 可以拿到那个就很好
It's
了
a
哎。
really dangerous round.
Yeah.
Another good one from Guild. They're finding their footing in the series, getting the read. of
对，
how
浩浩有
Paper X
op 那
want
边
to
啦
play.，
可能不会 op
And
吗？
I mean that shot, I don't know how he's hit it. That's a fluke
Hacking
game kind
off
of
a
bomb in
second.
terms of that flick. But he did get punished immediately afterwards, and that's Guild. You can pop off against them, but they're mostly going to trade you out. And the real pick that wins the round, in my opinion, is Leo finding the kill on Jing at Arcade. And Jing again,
Time out again.
struggling to find too much of that usual value that you get from him, which is he's a heavy fragger.
Yeah.
Currently sat with only 4 kills.
Not having the same impact compared to what we're used to. A timeout called. Game plan has to be cooked up. Adaptations need to be made. Alex is just going to be popping off.
Yeah,
You could feel the frustration earlier as well when we were showing the coaches side by side.
definitely. And both of these coaches are very vocal too. You'll see sometimes, the coaches will be sat back, allowing the IGL to take their moment and discuss what they think the adaptation should be. Some input.
拍着 Aaron。
in all of these timeouts. And it seems like Alex is no different. Just providing a little bit of input, turning the ship slightly, and hopefully in a better direction.
Guild have got the confidence. They've been edging out these rounds. Coming down sometimes to just 1 or 2 players alive, but enough to hold.
所以是没有玩到很好。
所以赢啊，是啊。 哦 ，Rush 也是耶。然后
Rush 的 KO 比 Frag 和 Sage 从第一天到现在有拿到 Q 过。
哎，
他玩 KO 有 Q 过。
Tour de force and the overdrive available.
那是 KO 好像记得他玩 Initiator 啊，
A
就
dangerous
说。
round for Guild. They do need to be cautious of this, and you can feel it as well. They heard
已经累哦，上一场 carry。
sure that he jump peaks these angles. In fact, everybody that they don't want to get caught unaware, just in case he could be hiding.
Nobody paying too much attention though to Dish. And I think for Paper X, this is just expecting Guild to play slowly.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about Dish because Guild are not a fast-paced team that are gonna
也没有
You know,
，Rush 没有玩，Rush 没有玩
risk
KO 啊。
jump somebody into the site on their anti-eco. So Paper
Rush
X
上一场玩什么啊？
playing a
我
little
不
more
知道。
riskily
哎
on
，KO 啊，上一场玩 KO。
focused on halls, looking to try and play off the back of Mind Freaks.
不记得。
不讲吗？讲 KO 吗
Yeah,？ Paper X, I think now looks like they're trying to take that gamble stack over towards A.
是玩 KO。
And it does look like it's going to be the right read.
There's an attempt there. You can see the smoke was popped
Oh,
off
shit.
earlier.
Oh, Dino, no, no, no.
What is going to be it? Well, the contact.
Oh, the timing.
Wait.
Connects onto them. And now the overdrive.
Oh, run.
Stuns into stuns, but the kill's being found. 2 drop
我
down.
们知道。
Guild going to be donating those weapons.
Oh shit！他们 teamwork 够好啊，真
That
的
was。amazing. But now they're going back into Defy's tour de force.
Jesus
It doesn't
fucking
get easier.
Christ！
Forsaken
等下我们全部人在 B 哦。
Here. Oh my goodness, 14 seconds left. The slow orb dropped down. The response is instantaneous. The kills are flooding.
God's
Forward.
sake.
Find some significant value.
Oh my god!
Beam at him.
How? How the hell? Last second 还在 A.
Beginning of this round, Josh.
The
Not
hell?
an easy one for Guild when they're up against that many ultimates.
It's heartbreak for both of these teams.
My
For Paper
god.
X, they're expecting to win round 4.
Shit, Forsaken 的 Fracture 还比那个 Victor 好哦。
Anti-eco. What an awesome trap play and a huge round from Forsaken. But he's set up so perfectly by the rest of his squad. And the hard read from Alex and from Benkai, knowing that Guild were going
快怕
to
coach
towards halls.
Damn
You
it.
hear that there in the comms from Guild. All good. It's fine. Reset. Go next. You need that mentality.
Certainly do.
这个的奥迪太厉害了，他的奥，
是
At any given moment.
Oh my
Has
fuck！
crushed Guild's by. Same, of course, with the tour de force, but it's the same kind of trap play. This time with Jing just swinging with a fault line off the back of somebody
Давай,
pushing.
come on, давай. Swing this. It's not
Oh,
picking
it's
you.
not.
Wall up. If somebody breaks the wall, he's going to
Oh.
swing through it. That's
Ah,
some way
timing.
of getting aggressive on Sage.
Oh, whiff!
Off. Oh, they know a player right back behind it. Slow up on the aftershock. It's pretty significant pieces of utility that are going to be used to try and expend it. But of course, just chamber things, backs away. Rendezvous, back to safety.
Forsaken is anchoring B right now, and Guild have a lot of utility with which to flush out tower. They have the nade, they've got fault line. Trex, if he wants to, can try and
哇，他
double blast back in with a
这个
shot.
Forsaken aim 很近诶，他 aim 到好像他，我觉得还要 flick 那些 Jiggle Pick 的 Jump Jiggle Pick 一样。
Forsaken seems worried.
As soon as
Oh,
the
damn.
fault line comes in, though, he runs back into
Bill
tower
Pink.
to try and punish whoever would be scaling.
It's oh, there's Leos. Fault
Nice,
line
Davai.
being used, but now yeah. Line of sight angle. Watch that.
Let's go, Davai.
Players onto the side
Ooh.
for the crossfire.
B.
Oh, it's there. 4 players alive. Leo, not much you can do in that scenario. And it was Benkai using his fault line so they could re-clear tower with Forsaken sprinting in.
Yeah, I thought that was Leo's actually. I thought he was trying to punish Leo stunning it. But you're right, both of the breaches using the same fault line to try and maintain control over tower. And even though Forsaken falls, the rest of his team is just supporting him so well. Here's that play from Jing. Nice idea. And one of the few times that you've seen something unique out of Jing's Sage, finds him a pick. That is also going to put a bit of fear in the back of Guild's head.
Oh shit, Singaporean fans.
And now the reactions seem much more genuine from the Paper X headquarters. Now that they're actually having a close game.
Yeah, I mean, truly
My
tested.
God.
It's an evacuation across the ropes.
Do they
wants nothing to do with it. This is an instant fast response. Look at how quickly they're moving into arcade.
And do they predict the reaction here? Yes, Benkai throwing down the stun, wondering if they could even be further along than they are.
Yep, now with a double satchel play.
Oh no!
Right on top of the steps. Trex is good for it. Now the orbital strike. Benkai, but he's gifted with one. Cool, calm and collected just the one though, before he eventually will fall to the ultimate. Control gain. They have to try and deal with Jingno, and he was into that corner, isolated, back against the wall.
Very nice play from Russ and Safe, putting pressure on him from two different directions, but Mindfreak finds a pick. That's just off the back of the vulnerable.
Yeah. Would get it. Only a couple of bullets that were needed, but the post-plant position of Guild right now is quite good. Cold Dementor does have a Brim Molly. Let's see if he has a lineup for it. It could buy him even more time, but the crossfire setup from main and back arcade. Yeah. Right up into the sky. Time pressure being put on here. Mindfreak might be in a bit of trouble. Stun force through. There's that molly and the spam because they can just hear the taps coming down, and a great
so close.
pulling out the ultimates, making sure that they had complete control over that one.
Very well played. And I think their Guild's reaction to instantly take arcade control and go into B was nice, but you're seeing Paper X actually being slower than I would expect to adjust their positioning. They didn't go and fight arcade early on. Benkai honestly was caught out in tower and lucky to even get a kill in that situation. And Jing just stayed at tree, kind of tucked into a weird position, a little less mobile than when he plays the Raze. Paper X don't look like the same level of reactive, fast-paced, crazy set play team that they usually do when they're on Fracture. And Guild are punishing them for it. It really is classic Guild. They don't need to set up their own win conditions, they just need to break their opponents.
I find that the Paper X are a bit tougher than the usual opponents, I think, in terms of cracking their overall game plan, but they are finding that edge. Leading by the one round, they put the guns in their hands on either side. Just trying to
What the hell?
taking some space for Saken.
What?
Actually
What the hell? The laying up!
off the top of the wall, actually onto the
Oh
ceiling.
no.
And he's posting himself back up onto the angle. This is madness. Are we going to come this? Stun into the corner. Oh my goodness, the wall goes down. Forsaken maybe thought that he could have got away with it at a slide off angle, but Safety opens up the door at the wrong time there. Some teammates flash just connecting right into his face. Up to Mindfreak to see if he can lock this one. Off to the side. The aftershock pushes him back.
Oh wait.
Going, especially with the orb, double satchel in. Are they ready for it? The teleport,
Nice.
engage! Oh, back to safety. Cold Dementor needs to try and capitalize. Swings back through now into sand. Two-pronged attack right through halls as well. Ready and waiting in the spawn. That's a bit of a whiffage from Divide. A flick of the wrist.
What the
right
hell,
through the
freaking
wall.
wallbang.
Cold Dementor, he claims his prize.
Ice cold from Cold Dementor, but how was he allowed to get away with that? Cold Dementor taking a fight against Devi and it looked whiffy, but he still comes up with the goods. Guild
Bruh,
somehow
Jing,
make
come
that
on.
work off the back
金
of
到现在还有
the
5个 Q 哦，
The shot onto Benkai is nice, but this one, I was convinced
他 stress 了啊 Jing。
that Devi was going to be able to get away with that.
我看 Russ 现在多少个
A
Q
huge
哦。
round for Guild to recover.
Yes, freaking 跟 Jing 一样。
Guild are
Same.
really getting the read for how Paper X want to play. They're learning as the game goes on.
Fast engage once more. Trademark is out in the open. I wonder if that's intentional by Trex. He actually triggered it. His team can get through the choke point. They're not going to be stuffed up. Rolling Thunder as well. That's going to be used to disrupt that as soon as the plant noise down. And Paper X are going to play off the back of it. Damage. Oh, it's more than done. Locked back. The spike is dropped. Has to be a quick response.
Whoa! Whoa! Давай! Oh my god, the headhunter.
It's a fast retake. We've seen a few of them in this game so far. Both of the teams sometimes enjoy throwing him in there. And that one was quick.
Just a whiplash you're getting off these rounds. Sometimes it just opens up and it's over in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's off the back of the breach ultimate. You've got Benkai anchoring tower, and as soon as the B hit comes through, he throws it out. It buys time for Forsaken, for Divide to run through the smoke. And they both hit their shots. Guild, despite winning 2 rounds in a row, after 1 loss, they are straight back onto an eco.
Just shows how close these rounds have been. How many chances to carry the weaponry forwards even when they're winning these rounds. The economy is just taking a beating over and over again.
And a reminder.
Wait, what the hell I'm lagging?
For Guild.
喂，你是 lag 啊？
没有没有。
对啊，我 lag 掉哦。
13-6. Every other map has been
Refresh
2
吧。
rounds in it, super close.
Yup. 突然发现 lag。
It looks destined for OT.
It really
It's
does.
been so back
喂，WiFi lag 一下。
and forth.
There's been no breaks in it.
And this is the first breather that we've really had. Trex looking to take a fight here with his Sheriff, perhaps onto Benkai. Trex hasn't really gone for any kind of reactive dish pushes so far. And Paper X have almost forgotten about that area of the map. They're not too threatened by it. Maybe Guild can punish them for that lax nature.
With the space being gained though, Ching has pushed deep
All the way out.
breaks up that
He is
trade
going to
map.
have
He's
hold
gotta
control.
know what
These
some of the
5
positioning is, especially with Forsaken clearing halls. It's already there.
Top of the map. 10 seconds.
Satchel across. Where is the spike? How do they get onto this one? The crossfire. Oh, it's found.
Oh
Blue
no.
Bubble. At least guide tracks towards one of the targets, but
That's
they
fine.
don't
Oh.
have enough time.
Jesus Christ.
No plan,
Oh
no
shit,
time.
Paper X.
Nice idea from Guild. And certainly
Missed out,
found
clutched off.
some level of an opportunity, throwing a new strat, a different idea into the round. Just not quite enough with the weaponry they had at the time available. The clock has been a large enemy for Guild. Their game against Crew, they lost multiple rounds in that kind of same way.
They did.
And it feels like Paper X are starting to take their foot off the gas pedal a little bit and just ask the question of Guild, can Guild win these rounds on their own? If we stop making pushes and giving them opportunities, can Guild just pull off a big execute into us?
It's the Guild play style when they like to play slow, absorb the aggression, see if they
That's
can
okay.
get mistakes out of their enemies.
他吓他们。
Forsaken has just popped the
No,
ultimate.
oh my fucking god.
Oh the hell 他 dash 还是什么？
Follow up, but that's classic Guild for you. The trade is instantaneous, and the resurrect in play means that they're right back. to
Oh,
full
shit,
health.
他们
Five
输这场
players now
了。
swarming onto the A site, and not a Paper Rex defender in sight to try and disrupt it.
I'm so confused by that from Forsaken and Mindfreak though. There wasn't
Forsaken 太 rush 了啊，这场。 I mean 他每一场都 rush 啊，但是他这场 rush 到太明显了，我觉得。
Towards Arcade, but that seemed over aggressive to me.
Oh shit，金个手。
Slower and more retakey rounds.
Wait,
have been
what?
working.
No.
A 3v5 retake. I'm not sure how they're going to be able to
Revive
pull this
daddy.
off. Guild in a great position to get up to map point.
Body's being pushed into
Oof.
this one, but the positioning is not good for Paper Rex. That rolling
Oof.
thunder. Oh,
Nice.
slides into multiple targets. Safe
Bro,
for
rotate
full.
啦。
The time is a bit of
哦，他们哦，他们 plan 了啊。
时间啊。
The longer they take trying to
没有
take
时
the
间了。
space and break their way into halls, the less they're going to have to work with. Still, the molly
Safe,
it
safe, safe,
disrupts it,
safe,
it cuts it across. No players can
So,
work
safe,
their way
ah.
through into the site, and a call is made. Disciplined at the end of the day. Paper is going to be backing away and keeping these rifles.
To some degree, a bit of a win in terms of the pressure they applied on the retake attempt. Jing with a resurrect allows them to keep their economy really strong, although there is only one.
他不敢 dash 啊。
And they did force out a breach ult from Leo. Maybe that's a win in
啊，
that.
不知道，他应该不知道有人
是
force。
One more round. Deny that OT. Take this map, bring it.
哇，他们有钱。
Final map.
Half of Guild's maps so far in Copenhagen have gone to overtime. Can they stop this one?
已经 pop off 一场帽，真的，他们就可以进欧弟哦。
To be fair, Josh, typically favoured when it gets to OT. That's true. Winning most of them.
Oh my freak。
Freak going to be dropping down this Viper's pit, so that's going to be denying some space over towards Arcade.
The hell，他们4个在
Push.
opposite 的 base 那边啊。
Paper Rex, they break
4 players over at bridge, anticipating some kind of crunch there, and slowly working their way up towards.
Come on, Paper X.
So far in this round, it's just an exchange of trademarks, an informational war.
Making sure that they threatened they could be taking that space. But this Viper's Pit is such a nuisance for them to deal with.
Guild have to remember about time management. There's 50 seconds left right now, and they're starting to move their way towards A. But this is also coinciding with Divine and Forsaken pushing out of halls.
It's a bit warm.
If they catch safe, this would be devastating.
It's looking a bit worrying, maybe for Guild.
Oh, nice.
He's gonna fall.
Freaking 4 seconds, yeah. Oh.
Down, stunned into the corner.
去 spawn 啊！
The hell?
Help Jing.
It's an
我们去 spawn，他们去 B。
What the hell?
They're not even going to be going towards the A site.
What a call! What an audible from Coldamenta.
How does he manage this one? Let's see if they can even manage to get
The hell, so shit.
It's out.
Oh, bye, guy.
Operator in his hand. He's not the usual weapon for the job, and he's removed instantaneously now. Spike starting to get planted. Russ got enough time to spare, enough to disrupt it, but they've lost tower control. Mindfreak's still up here. He needs the help of the rest of his team. All 3 members of them just colliding their way now right through the choke point.
They've flipped the map completely. Mindfreak still has his wall to cut.
Oh my goodness.
And the sages go off.
Oh, got 3v3, come on.
They get it, but still the Brim Molly, it disrupts them still. Fault line being held by Leo off the tap. Using it at the choke point just to try and stop them from getting through, but now Jing is going to start to stick this one, pushing forward, trying to hold it. They need to spam it.
Oh my lord.
Let's go! Oh my god!
At the end of the day, Jing.
Oh shit! Jing clashed out,真的。
It's just had to be this way. Another one of Guild's maps goes to overtime. Barbar's gonna need to go and see a doctor. I mean,
所以每次都要 Q 一定有 OT 的。
怎么？
当然对 Optic 也是差，他们也是有 OT。一场他们对 Optic 2-0啊，一个 OT， 一个13-11。
哦，一个16-14不是
16-14、13-11，然后他跟那个 Crew， 跟 Crew 比，他也是14-12，还有一个16-14。 他们 OT 第4次哦，这场在这个 tournament。
他们是 freaking DSM。
Paperex, that means Device doing it on the attack side.
Fight early on, looking like they want to try and face each other, maybe into halls, and big dump of utility right over towards the B side. Usually there's a threat behind it, and Forsaken, well, he's going to be trying to follow up the spam. Tries to predict where it might be. And
oh, nice one. At least Forsaken got one. Oh, fake 来的哦。shit 啦 ，Forsaken 有我的 style 啊，帮忙 fake 高。
It was all designed to push in halls, and they did. They baked it safe, they punished him, and now they have the plant.
They haven't actually afforded themselves to give up any positioning of this one. Jing, he plays up onto drone as well. He walled himself up.
Nice.
They've got this good
Let's go, Mindfreak.
setup, and Mindfreak, he's just late.
The hell, Mindfreak 玩够远哦。
Oh my god!
And Mindfreak, he had the positions from there.
Woo! That way. Sheesh.
In the first round of OT.
Rings around.
An awesome idea to go for the fake. Forsaken.
Oh my god, that way popping off.
Kill on top is just more than you can ask the guy to do.
那谁？我 Ben 盖啊，21个 kill 还是 Mindfreak？是他的 fake 哦。
Reminder, that is his current situation.
And he's hitting flicks like that.
Whew, clean 啊
Situation that he's living through right now. He's
，freaking clean 啊。
team up on the stage, but
哦，Mindfreak 21个 kill， 哦，
23. High steps.
我们拿得很好。
Jesus Christ， 他们又 push。
Time and time again, and Paperex not wasting any time.
God's sake，他们 push 到的不是那个地方。
Wall, it blocks off his team from being able to follow up.
Nice.
Right behind
哦，
him.
他们
Nice
他们 sandwich 哦，他们被 sandwich 哦。
It's
什么是
哦没有，
sandwich？
他们回来了，他们回来比。
still here to stop the reactive.
What the hell is sandwich?
Surely not a play
Oh, nice.
swarming, but they're not
Oh my
ready
god.
for him up in tower. Benkai, he takes out Trex. It is going to get traded.
But look at the pathing here.
Ah.
Called him into with a great pick. That might be what Guild need, but they will not expect these players at Arcade.
Let's go, Jing.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay, 3-2, winnable.
Either side.
Ah.
Double swing it, they do
Oh, 1v2.
Nice.
1v1.
Ah.
Delay play, and now
Давай.
it's down to the 1v1.
Come on, давай.
This is going to be close out of Paperex.
For God's sake,
taking
давай.
the series.
哦，ping 啊！freaking 换一把枪 please。
Ross,
换了没？哦，nice，换了。
GG。
pressure on him, he swings through, and he just cannot come up with it. Divine wins it out. And at the end of this defuse, that is going to be...
Let's go, Paperex.
Under the about a paper X. They make their way.
Holy shit, tough win 哦，他们真的是，所以他们是这个 guild lower bracket 那些。
Yes.
My God, freaking tough win 哦，这场真的。
And it was a hard-fought victory on Fracture, it really was, and full credit to Guild for waking up. But Paper X looked like a different beast. This is the team that
Alex 直接屌那个 Aaron 哦 ，fuck you Aaron, what the fuck?
And I think part of that, Brent, is that they've made their way through the upper bracket. This
很 rich 啊
They had to get down into the lowers and scrap and fight and go on a run. And this time, they're not the underdogs. They could reasonably be
这个 knife
as the favourites, and they still gave us all of this flair. You still got the classic knife.
Stop the stream
Three
now.
of them in the game, from what I can remember.